evening and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we are going to do something different. We're going to compare two beers instead of just reviewing one. These two beers are both big dollar beer companies here in Ontario. They both have almost the same name. They both make the exact same styles, as in ale, ice, lager, honey lager, red, strong. Basically they compete against each other most of the time and competing against the big box beers. First difference here, you see one's in a bottle, one's in a can. It's because of the availability of them, which I'll go over as I go to them. We have Laker Red, we have Lakeport Red. So first, Lakeport. It's available as a 6-pack of cans, 12-pack of cans, a 2-4 of cans, and a 2-4 bottles. The 6-pack of cans is $9.40 a 6-pack. It's slightly more expensive than the Laker. Laker is available as a 6-pack of bottles, a 12-pack of bottles, a 12-pack of cans, a 2-4 bottles, or a 2-4 cans. The 6-pack of the bottles was $7.40. So, right off the bat, it was $2 cheaper for the Laker. Lakeport, a little bigger because it's a can, 355 milliliters over 345, so I mean 10 milliliters more, but it's 60 milliliters of beer more, worth $2 extra. I don't think so, since they're already a dollar beer, and that's not even a third of a beer. It's pretty close to a fifth of a beer. Some people like cans more. If you like cans more, you have more choice with the Lakeport. But I don't really like cans when I'm going camping. When I'm going camping, I'm bringing a 2-4 anyway, so both of them are in the same boat then. Label-wise, Laker says proudly Canadian since 1984. It just says Laker Red with the percentage on it, as well as a Canadian maple leaf. Lakeport Red doesn't really say as much, but it has a lighthouse and all that. I mean, truthfully, the Lakeport Red has a better looking bottle, label, same label that would be on the bottle. So I mean, label wise, Lakeport. Percentage wise, 5.5% for Laker, 5% for Lakeport. Laker wins out there too. Slogans: great beer, fair prices. Maker a Laker, it's a buck a beer. This one stays in my head better, just because it has that kick to it, that jingle. The first time I heard it, I remembered it, regardless of whether or not I like Laker. I remembered it. So, Laker so far, price, availability, denominations you can get it in, percentage, and slogan. Lakeport so far, that's the label. Next, who brews them? Lakeport's brewed by Lakeport Brewing Company. Laker, the Brick. The Brick's a bigger company. It does Laker, it does Formosa, it does Red Cap, it does Red Baron. So I mean, they're brewed by a company that is better known for brewing beer. Also, that brews all the cheap beers. So I mean, I'm going to lean more towards this there too. Now, let's actually give them an open. See what they're actually like. I think it's almost dead. Said that a few views back, and it's almost broken off now. Okay. Not really any smoke from either. I'm going to have to move them like this so that I can smell them better instead of just having the smells mingle. Okay, so they are pretty close alike. Both a deep amber. If anything, the Lakeport might be a little darker. The Laker doesn't have nearly as much head as the Lakeport. The Laker head also dwindled a lot faster. The Lakeport head is still working itself through. Don't see much carbonation in either of them. So look-wise, I give Lakeport the edge. Smell, there's a lot of sweet malt on the nose of the Laker. There's a little bit of hops. Smells pretty clean. Kind of has a fresh scent to it. The Lakeport is a more bitter scent. It has a lot more hops to it than malt. Not a bad smell, but pretty close to the same. Sweeter malt scent, more bitter hop scent. For a red, I'd rather the more sweeter hops. So I mean, my vote for that combination goes over here. Taste-wise, a lot of sweet malt here. It's smooth. It's easy drinking. It's a little crisp. I wouldn't say really crisp. Soft near the end. And the sweet malt crosses over your tongue. Once it gets about halfway through, you get a little bit of hops coming in there. As you swallow it, the hops takes over. You got a slight bitter hops finish to it. But other than that, it's pretty soft. I mean, the flavors are there when they hit your tongue. They're not really there once you swallow it. It tastes a lot like Rickard's Red, if any of you have had it. A real cheaper version of Rickard's Red. It's softer too. The flavors aren't as robust and don't last as long. Laker. Lakeport. I must tell you, I don't really like the smell of the Lakeport, so just like the smell, it's a lot more bitter than the Laker. Pretty much just as soft. The flavors last about as long, a few seconds each flavor. When you first bring this one into your mouth, really bitter. Well, not really bitter, but more bitter than the sweet, malty Laker one. Lakeport stays bitter as it crosses your tongue. As it goes down your throat, the bitterness kind of fades, and you're left with nothing. I mean, as I'm talking right now, my mouth is salivating a little bit, but there's no flavors left in there. So they're both pretty subtle flavorings. They both are pretty quick fading flavors. I mean, truthfully, neither of them are bad. If you had to buy a dollar beer or a red, both would work. As I said, Lakeport, slightly less alcohol percentage, looks better in the glass, has a better label, available in more range of cans, a little more expensive. I don't find it tastes quite as good. The Laker, better jingle, better taste, higher alcohol percentage, better variety of formats. Better price. Really, I find the Laker to be a better beer in general. Lakeport, not bad, but the Laker, I actually enjoy more. So, if I had to rate them, I would probably give the Lakeport 5.5 because, I mean, I would buy it again. It's not horrible. As I said, it's available in a more wide variety of cans, so I might buy it again. The Laker, available mostly as just bottles. You do have your 12-pack and your 2-4 cans, but I mean, it has the higher variety of sizes. Cheaper to buy the 6-pack of bottles. I mean, now at least I've saved $2 and I only have 5 bottles left. You'll get the same amount of money back for each of them. I mean, I'm getting 10 cents back for each. So in the long run, they're close to the same. $2 cheaper, a little more alcohol percentage, a little bit better taste. It's all up to you. I mean, looking at the two of them, I still like the Lakeport look better, but pretty much everything else, it's dwarfed by the Laker. So, Maker or Laker, it's $1 a beer. And enjoy your beer drinking. This is the Albino Rhino here close to White's Tavern, which should be opening up again soon. You all have yourselves a very good night. Good beer drinking to you.